In last lecture, we are studying uh, what are the types of motor duties. Means what types of duties a motor which is used in electric drives is performing. Okay, there are 8 types of duties. Okay, uh, these are 1 minute. These are the 8 duties. I think first 6 duties we have seen, and last 2 duties are remaining. Okay, seventh is the continuous duty with starting and braking, and eighth is the continuous duty with periodic speed changes. Okay, continuous duty with starting and braking. Continuous duty means what? Machine is not relieved from the supply. Okay, it is always connected to the supply. Okay, but for some time it is loaded, and for some time it is unloaded. Okay, so if 1 minute, if we try to draw its torque and temperature curve, will be like this. Okay, its temperature curves are not given in paper. The temperature curves for first 5 types are given. Okay, that's are enough. Those are enough. Okay, continuous duty with starting and braking. It consists of periodic duty cycle, each having a period of starting. It has a period of starting because uh, the starting current will be high. Okay, means what? The machine is starting with the load. A period of running at a constant load. Okay, after the starting phase is over, there is a uh, running with a constant load phase. A period of electrical braking. Okay, it employs electrical braking. Okay, as I said in previous lectures, when there are mechanical braking, okay, in those cases we can uh, ignore the braking, but if electrical braking is employed, we have to consider that part also, because in braking also the magnitude of current is high, and so the temperature rise will be high. So its curve will be like this. Okay, it's continuous duty with starting and braking. Its curve is like intermittent periodic duty with starting and braking. Okay, same curve is there, but this part is not. Okay, this part will not be there. Okay, so its curve will be like this. Starting with load. Okay, when starting phase is over, the running with load is there. Okay, and after sometime it is broke, or electric braking is applied. Okay, and again it is loaded and it is started. Means what? Starting running with the load, starting with the load after braking period is over. Okay, because during braking the speed is dropped. Okay, means what? Again, if you want to accelerate the machine, okay, means what? It is somewhat like starting. Okay, again the period of running is there with the load, and after that again braking phase is there. Okay, the temperature. Okay, this is the uh, torque versus time curve. Okay, the temperature curve will be same as that of this. Okay, the same. Okay, the temperature will rise, and okay, the temperature I will draw here the temperature axis. The temperature will rise from ambient. Starting from ambient, it will increase up to this point. Okay, and it may go to up to its maximum allowable temperature. Okay, as there is no period of rest. There is no period of rest. Means what? If the highest temperature, okay, it may be a theta saturated or temperature corresponding to highest value of current. Okay, and after that this is going to be constant. Okay, such a graph will be here. The temperature graph in this case will be like this. Okay, because the machine is not relieved. Okay, means what, it is not provided with rest period. Means what, once the temperature is increased, okay, and as there is no rest period, the temperature will be settled, okay, at the highest possible temperature. Next is the continuous duty with periodic speed changes. Okay, means what, for some time the machine is running with speed omega m1, and after some time it is running with other speed, okay, omega m2. Okay, means what, for some time it is running with 500 rpm, for some time it is running with 1000 rpm, again it is running with 700 rpm. Okay, means what, uh, there are speed changes. Such type of duty is also there. It consists of periodic duty cycle, each having period of running at one load, and speed, and another period of running at different speed and load. Okay, means what, speed will be different and load may be the different. Again, both operating periods are too short for respective steady state temperatures to be attained. Means what, the maximum temperature will not be reached. Okay, maximum temperature will not be reached. Further, there is no period of rest. Okay, in this case, it is you can either draw speed torque curve or just torque curve. Okay, if for example, suppose omega m versus time curve is here. Means what, for some time machine is running with speed equal to 500 rpm, and after some time machine is running with 1000 rpm. Okay, when it is running with 5000 rpm, suppose the load is 10 newton, and when it is running with 1000 rpm, suppose the load is 5 newton. Okay, then the torque versus time curve will be the different. Okay, 10 newton means highest load is where the speed is minimum, and as the speed increases the load is different. Means what, 5 newton of load is there. Okay, such a character, this is the 10 newton and this is the 5 newton. Okay. This may be the graph, and depending on the uh, current, okay, current drawn by the motor, its temperature axis, okay, will be for it is not we can say that it is not same after some time. Okay, maybe the different time temperature curves are there. Okay, means what, for some time the temperature may be like this, temperature curve may be like this. For example, in this case temperature is increased when the load is 10 newton, and when the load is 5 newton the temperature will be dropped somewhat. Okay, and maybe the after this duration is over, the torque may be like this. Okay, the torque may be like this. Okay, 3 newton of load is there. Okay, when after 5 newton the 3 newton of load is there, and after some time the 7 newton of load is there. Okay, means what, the load on the machine is different. Okay, as the load changes the speed, the temperature curve will be changed. Okay, uh, it is not a constant type of temperature curve, or it is not a repeating temperature curve. Okay, for example, in this case, okay, I will show. In this case, this temperature curve is also periodic. The temperature curve is also periodic, but in last case it may not be like that. Okay, Okay, here the second chapter is over. कुणाला काय डाऊट आहेत का? हॅलो श्वेता भोसले.
हाँ सर.
काय डाऊट आहे का?
No sir.
Okay. Now we will start the third chapter. Okay. This is the syllabus. The third chapter is one minute. Guys, I will close it. Once again, I will open. Okay. The third chapter is the DC motor drives. Okay. The contents are the review of basic characteristics of DC motors. Is what we have to see. What are the types of DC motors and their speed torque curves. Okay. Second is the we have to control that DC motors using controlled or rectifiers. Okay, rectifiers. For example, single phase rectifiers or three phase rectifiers or a dual converter. Okay. There are different types of single phase drives, different types of three phase drives. Okay, we have to see that. And after the same DC motor, we have to control using choppers or DC to DC converters. Okay. Now we will go for first point of the third chapter. First point is review of basic characteristics of DC motors. I will open the whiteboard. One minute. What are the types of DC motors? Who will tell? Utkarsha Kadam. Hello, Utkarsha. Vaibhav Pawar. Okay, Utkarsha.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
What are the types of DC motors? Types of DC motor.
Shunt motor, series motor, separately excited DC motor.
Okay. अजून काय आहेत का? तीनच आहेत का? अजून काय आहेत?
Brushless DC motor.
No. Brushless DC motor is a AC motor. Okay. बघा, दोन टाइप्स असतात ते सगळेजण कायम विसरतात. अजून कोण सांगू शकते का? वैभव पवार. वैभव पवार, त्याला नंतर फोन करायला सांगा रे वैभव पवारला. स्नेहल करणारे, स्नेहल करणारे नावं लिहून घेतोय मी, कोण कोण बोलत नाही आहेत ते, त्यांना फोन करणार मी नंतर. आकाश चव्हाण.
हॅलो सर.
कोण आकाश?
हा
ओके, टाईप सांगतोस का डीसी मोटरचे?
हा सर सांगतो की.
सांग की.
डीसी सिरीज मोटर, डीसी शंट मोटर,
हा,
नंतर कम्युनिटिव्ह कंपाऊंड मोटर, डिफरन्शियल कंपाऊंड जनरेटर मोटर.
ओके 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 ओके. हा, ते दोन कोणी सांगितले नाही टाईप्स, ते सांगेल. वैभव पवार एक बोलला नाही, आणि कोण बोललेलं नाहीये? स्नेहल करणारे. ओके. A DC motor, actually it is divided into two types. One is separately excited DC motor, and second is self excited DC motors. If you read the book Thareja, they have given these two types. And again, self-excited DC motors are divided into four types. First is the series motor, series DC motor. Second is the shunt DC motor. Third is the cumulative compound DC motor, and fourth is differential motor. Okay. Again, in cumulative and differential compound motors, okay, the place of, there are two windings. Okay, there are two windings in cumulative or differential. One is the one winding is connected in series and other is connected in shunt. Okay, so what, these two can be of, they are design of maybe of two types. One is the short shunt. Okay, means what, shunt winding is near to the armature, and the second is the long shunt. Okay, these are the types of DC motors. Okay, you have to remember, actually DC motors has two types, separately and self-excited. Okay, again, self-excited is divided into four types. Okay, cumulative and differential has two windings, and these two windings can be connected either in short shunt fashion or long shunt fashion. Okay, in separately excited DC motor, okay, the separate supply is given to the field winding, and in self-excited DC motor, same supply is given to the armature and field winding. Okay, now we will see their structure. Okay, in syllabus we have to see only these three motors. Okay, these three motors, and the control of this separately excited DC motor and shunt motor, okay, and shunt motor is the same. Okay, the control algorithm of these two motors are the same. Okay, means what, actually we are going to see control of only two motors. Okay, separately excited DC motor and shunt motor are treated as the same Okay, and the second is the series motor. Okay. Okay, the main types of DC motors are, first is the separately excited DC motor. Okay, its structure will be like this. Okay, armature is given a separate DC supply of V. Okay, armature winding we can denote as A1 and A2. I will use symbols as given in the book of GK Dubey. And the armature current is IA. And the field is supplied with an independent supply, independent source. It is denoted by VF, and the terminals are F1, F2, field winding terminals. Okay, this is the separately excited DC motor. Please use the same symbols, okay, as usually here. Second is the shunt DC motor. Shunt DC motor. Its armature and field winding is supplied with same supply, same source. They are connected in shunt, okay, or in parallel. Okay, armature and field winding are connected in parallel. Therefore, this motor is called as shunt DC motor. The armature terminals are A1, A2. The field terminals are F1, F2. The armature current is denoted by the symbol IA, and the field current is denoted by the symbol IF, field current IF. Okay, so the total supply current I in this case is equal to IA plus IF, and V is equal to VA is equal to VF. Okay, because armature winding and field winding are connected in parallel. Okay. Third type is series DC motor. Series DC motor. Okay, it is called as series DC motor because the field winding is connected in series with the armature. Again, same supply is given to both the windings. It is a series winding, so the terminals are S1 and S2. And the armature terminals are A1 and A2. Same, the supply is denoted by the symbol V, and the current through the armature is denoted by the symbol I. Okay, in this case, IA is equal to IF. Okay, because they are connected in series, and V is equal to VA plus VF. Okay, in series the voltage is divided. Fourth type is, okay, we are not going to study it in detail, okay, but we have to study its structure only. Cumulative or cumulatively compound motor. Okay, differential motor is not used, okay, because it's weakens, the field is weakened in that motor, okay, because it is not, so it is not used. Field is weakened, so the torque developed in the differential compound motor is very low, so it is not used. In cumulative motor, there are two windings, okay. One winding is connected in parallel, okay, and the other winding is connected in series. Okay, you can observe here, this winding is in series, so its terminals are S1, S2, and this winding in parallel, so its terminals are F1, F2. Okay, the armature current is denoted by the symbol IA. The supply is denoted by the symbol capital V. Okay. So again, in this case, the total current I is equal to IA plus, suppose this current is ISH, and IA plus ISH. Okay. These are the four main types of motors. Okay. काय डाऊट आहेत का? कळालंय सगळ्यांना? तेजस तेवढं स्नॅपशॉट एक घे, प्रेझेंटीचा 60 पोरं आहेत सध्या. हॅलो तेजस.
हाँ सर.
स्नॅपशॉट घे तेवढा,
हाँ
HD
सर.
घे. ओके.
हाँ.
कोणाला काय डाऊट आहेत? अंजली गायकवाड.
नाही सर.
ओके, कळले सगळे चारही टाईप?
हो सर.
ओके. Okay, the electric drives are used for variable speed applications. Okay, we are controlling electric drives in a manner that it will give the required speed. Okay, if the speed requirement are different each time, then it has to give different speeds. Okay, as demanded. Okay, so for in DC motor, the speed is given by the armature part. Armature part is rotating, so we have to develop the equations governing the operation of the armature itself. Okay, so I will draw the armature circuit. Okay, it is the armature circuit is same for every motor. Okay, this is the armature. And the armature has its resistance, armature resistance RA, okay, and the armature is provided with a source. It is provided with a source. We can use the symbol V or VA. Okay, this is the armature voltage VA. Okay, means what voltage available across armature. This is the resistance of armature, that is RA, and the current flowing through the armature is the IA. Okay, so the voltage equation, okay, voltage equation will be VA is equal to E plus IARA, where E is nothing but what? A back EMF. E is nothing but what? Back EMF. Okay. Usually you use the symbol EB, but in the book they have used symbol E. So I am writing here capital E. Okay. But we know that the E is equal to phi Z N P by 60A. Okay. Where Z is number of conductors. Okay. Once the motor is manufactured, it is going to be constant. P is the number of poles. It is also going to be constant. A is number of parallel paths. Okay. Okay. Once the motor is manufactured, these three terms are going to be constant. Okay. Means what? We can write this equation as E is equal to for these three constant terms and 60, we can write a constant Ke. Okay. Ke is nothing but what? A motor constant. So the equation equal to K phi capital N. Okay. If the speed is given in radian per second. Okay. In case of fundamental torque equation, we have defined the equation. Fundamental torque equation is T is equal to TL plus J d omega m by dt. Okay. Here the speed is denoted by omega m and its unit was radian per second. So we have to write this equation, back EMF equation, okay, in terms of omega m, that is in terms of radian per second. So the equation is equal to Ke phi omega m. Okay, this equation we are going to use. Similarly, we know that the DC motor is an electromagnetic machine. It is an electromagnetic machine. Means what? Its working is dependent on the electromagnetic induction, and according to the electromagnetic induction, the force exerted on the conductors of armature is given by F is equal to BIL, where the B part, okay, this part denotes what? Magnetic flux density. Magnetic flux density means what? This part denotes a magnetic circuit. Magnetic part. This is the magnetic part. And I into L, okay, I into L is nothing but what? Current in the conductor of the length L. Okay, means what? This part is the electrical part. This is the electrical part, and because of the interaction between magnetic part and electrical part, electromagnetic induction will take place. Okay, means what? This force is due to these two parts. Means what? The force is due to the electromagnetic induction. Means what? We can say that this force is depend on the magnetic parts, or also the electrical part, and torque is nothing but what? Torque is nothing but what? A bidirectional force. So we can write torque is equal to, or torque is proportional to the phi. Okay, because B is equal to phi by A, and A is nothing but what? Area of cross section. Okay, for a given machine, it is going to be constant. So instead of B, I can write phi. Means what? T is proportional to the phi. Also, T is depending on the current. Okay, in this case, the armature current IA. Okay, so by considering these two equations, the T can be written as it is proportional to phi into IA, phi into IE. Or the equation, the torque equation, I can write as T equal to Ke phi Ia. Ke phi Ia. Okay, these two equations you have to remember always. Always remember these two equations. One is the back EMF equation given by Ke phi omega m, and second equation is the Ke phi Ia, where phi is what? We can write phi is a flux per pole or just flux. Its unit is Weber. Current Ia is armature current. Its unit is ampere. VA is armature voltage. Its unit is volts. Then RA is a armature resistance, armature circuit resistance. Its unit is obviously ohm, and omega m is the armature speed or motor speed. Okay, and its unit is radian per second. You have to remember these units, okay, while solving the problems. And the torque is denoted by T. Okay, it is a motor torque or electromagnetic torque, you can say. And the unit of torque is Newton meter. And Ke is a motor constant. It is a motor constant. Okay. So while solving the problems on DC motors, you have to remember this equation. VA is equal to E plus IRA, and these two equations, E is equal to Ke phi omega m and T is equal to Ke phi I. Okay, we will stop here. If anyone have doubt, please ask. Okay, just please send the presenting. Doubt आहेत का? वेळच्या वेळी नोट्स काढत चला. ओके, मी व्हिडिओ अपलोड करतोय, ते बघून नोट्स काढा. हाताखालून गेलं तर ते व्यवस्थित कळतंय. उगाच बघत बसू नका, वही घेऊन बसा लेक्चरला. उगाच तिथं